What's up, lovelies? My name is Katie Kaiser, but a lot of you know me as Miss Kaiser. I have been an elementary school teacher for the last 5 years, and in the last school year, something significant happened while I was with my third grade students. Actually, it was with the entire school at an assembly that changed my life and the trajectory that is to come in the next school year. You see, I'm actually not going to be going back to my classroom next year because I got an incredible opportunity that I want to tell you about. But before I do, I want to give you the backstory. It's worth it. So tune in for just a couple minutes. Give me your undivided attention. Really allow yourself to feel what I'm about to tell you, and I think you're going to be just as excited as me. So earlier on in the school year, my students and I went down to the gym for an assembly, and there was a children's choir from Uganda that had come to dance and sing at our school. They were lively, they were fun, they were expressive, and they were oh so loving. Their music and dance was captivating, to say the least. They played a short 5-minute video right after they performed about what a day in the life was like in Uganda, and the entire energy of the room changed. Like, you saw staff members welling up. There were actually first graders who were crying because they saw things like the fact that they didn't have mattresses to sleep on, and that they didn't have clean water to drink, and their lifestyles were a lot different than what we're used to here in the United States. And in that moment, with all of these young children, all of the staff that I teach with, it was suddenly so apparent how incredibly fortunate we are. And it was suddenly so apparent that our petty complaints and criticisms throughout the day are just completely unnecessary. And here stood a community of individuals from Uganda without what we would call our basic needs being met, and yet they are beaming with happiness. And so I went back to my classroom with my 28 third grade friends, and we talked about what are we grateful for? And we talked about the needs of the people all around the world. And we desperately wanted to help provide love and support and resources to help the people in Africa. And so my students ended up writing letters about how they wanted to make a difference. And our hearts were so deeply invested into this cause that I actually began researching ways that I could get involved. And so that's actually when I came across a program called EPIC. And what EPIC is, it stands for something. It's an acronym. It stands for Everyday People Initiating Change. And that's exactly what I wanted my students to see. I wanted them to know that there is a ripple effect, that when you do something good, it impacts people over and over and over, things that you can't even see. Everyday people like them, everyday people like me, can make a difference. And so when I started to look into EPIC, I found out that they started in 2006, and their goal was to bring clean water to those in need. You guys, we take for granted the water that we can have at any point in time, like clean water. Okay, just this morning, I took a shower, washed my entire body with warm water, mind you, it was clean. I also rinsed out my coffee pot. I then filled up my coffee pot and made coffee with clean water. I did my dishes after I had breakfast. I did the laundry because I needed clean towels, and so I ran them in the clean water. I have water to drink in my water bottle. I brushed my teeth. And all throughout the day, I've been washing my hands and flushing the toilet after using the restroom. You guys, think of what life would be like if we didn't have access to these luxuries at any point in our day. And think about how your lifestyle would be impacted if you didn't have access to clean water. If you had to walk to a water source, you had to scoop up the water, you had to carry it back for who knows how long the distance, boil it, all before you could use it. Without access to clean water, a lot of people are getting sick. And when people are getting sick and drinking contaminated water, children are missing school, adults are missing work, and it starts to create this generational cycle of poverty. It impacts the entire community and the environment in which these individuals live, let alone they just don't have a drink of water when they want one. You guys, here on this earth, we are all one family, and I believe we deserve to be healthy and we deserve to be happy. So I applied to be a part of this movement, and I was accepted. And I'm happy and excited to be sharing with you that I'm going to be embarking on an epic trip to Tanzania in the beginning of September for 2 weeks, which means I'm not going to be returning to my classroom. Epic, over the last 11 years, has built several water wells in several villages. And this year, we're going to be going to find and scout out a new location, as well as visiting old villages to implement hygiene, sanitation, and nutrition programs. We want these wells to be sustainable. We want people to understand how to keep these water sources clean, and we want the community to be thriving. We want this to impact them more than just water on a daily basis, but really their lifestyle. Being epic means living in ways that demonstrate our values. And so I really have 2 goals for the Epic Fellowship program. My first goal is, before I leave, I want to raise both funds and awareness about the implementation of a new water well in a community within Tanzania. I want to tangibly bring water to those people who are in need. And my second goal is that while I'm there, I want to represent the love and the kindness that we all collectively wish to see more of in the world. I want to consciously form relationships and develop meaningful connections with the divine souls all around me. I am asking you, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, people of the world, please help support our brothers and sisters in Tanzania. Help them gain access to clean water. Help support my students that I'm leaving behind in Oregon here in their understanding of how taking compassionate action ripples outward. And thirdly, help support my dreams and goals of wanting to share the love that we all collectively have with our friends in Tanzania. Donations, whether they're small or large, go an incredibly long way when you have next to nothing, when you don't even have clean water. Let's all intentionally use our energy and use our resources to impact others all around the world in compassionate ways. With my whole heart, I thank you.